Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Pat, and today we're going to take a look at the Asgard Shield Mod. And one thing in Minecraft, guys, that I always felt it should really have was shields. And this actually adds shields in. I really think they should add it to the game, but for now we have this mod. And what it does is it adds in a bunch of shields into the game and some giant swords as well. And what you can do is guard with them and add some interesting mechanics. So it's pretty cool. I'm going to show you guys the recipes and how it works. First thing we should probably check out is the shields. So you can get a wooden shield, a stone shield, and up to, diamond. But also, you can get a gilded version, which is superior. All you have to do is take the wooden shield, put it in the middle with some gold ingots around it, and you'll have a gilded golden shield. So the recipe for this is basically leather in the middle with, wood in this formation, and that'll give me the wooden shield. So what I'm going to do, just to show you guys one of the things that you can do, say you're fighting, and I'm with my diamond sword right now. If I hit the right click button to guard, it switches me right over to my wooden shield. So that's pretty cool. So it will switch you right from your main weapon to your shield if you really want to guard. And when you guard, you take less damage. And I'll show you how that works in a little while. But it's pretty awesome that it just switches right to that weapon. A wooden shield, if you want to know exactly what it does, just having it on you, in front of you, even not guarding, you'll take 10% less damage. And when you try to block, you can block the damage 80% of the time, which is awesome. But one thing to know, there's actually weaknesses to everything too. So there was like a lot of effort put into this mod. Like if I'm to use any of the wooden shields, I would have it would be weak to fire. So if I was to get hit by fire, it would hurt the durability of the shield is what it would do. But there's also a special ability with this. So I could try to do it, but I'm not sure how well it'll work. But I can actually catch arrows. With the gilded one, I can do it 100% of the time. I really should set the time to night. All right, we'll set it to night, guys, and we'll test out some of this stuff. All right, try this again. And go into survival. All right, so I should be able to catch an arrow. Oh God, I was okay. Try to catch it right now. He missed. They both missed. They suck. All right, I'm not getting any arrows, am I? Oh, I got an arrow. So yeah, you can catch arrows with it, which is kind of awesome. It really is awesome. You have to admit, I caught another arrow. So there's special abilities with every single shield. Let's set this back. Game mode creative, quickly, before I die. Alright, so yeah, there is cool different abilities with each one. And with that one, that is what it is. So with the gilded one, you actually will take 15% less damage. And when you block it, you'll block it 90% of the time. So it is superior to the regular wooden one. Alright, so let's put this back in here. We'll take out a stone shield and a gilded stone shield. And once again, just to show you, you can switch from this weapon just by right-clicking. It'll switch you to your best shield. See, it switches to my gilded one. So that's awesome. So if you have a bunch out there, it'll switch you right to the best one. The thing about the stone shield is passively, it protects 15% of damage. So it is better than the wooden shield. Also, if you block it 70% of the time. So it is less than the wooden, which I find kind of interesting. But the wooden has low durability. This is much higher durability. And it is weak to explosives. So if a creeper blows up and you're blocking with your shield, or you have your shield on you, it's going to take a lot of durability damage. But it actually puts out fires, which is cool. So if you're on fire, I don't really want to get myself on fire, I might kill myself. But if I get myself on fire and I block, it'll actually put out the fire 50% of the time. And with the gilded version, it'll do it 100% of the time. With the gilded version, 20% passive decrease in damage. With 80% of the time when I block, it will just completely block the damage. So that's pretty cool. And let's go to the next one. They just get better, really. This is actually really an awesome mod. It's something they really should have added into the game, in my personal opinion. So next is the Iron Shield and the Gilded Iron Shield. Just do another little test, make sure everything's working correctly. Bam, right to the Gilded Iron Shield. And with the Iron Shield, it's going to have 20% of damage is going to be reduced while you have it on, and 25% with the Gilded version. So this is much higher than the other two. And when you block 75% of the time with this one and 85% of the time with the other, you will be able to block all the damage that comes at you. But one thing is, it is weak to water and, it would rust from water. So I guess that makes sense. So it is weak to water. So if you're going to swim, please do not have your Iron Shield out because it's not going to work out so well for its durability. But the cool thing is, you take 50% less damage from explosions with the Iron Shield. That's its special move. With the Gilded one, 100%. So you could just completely ignore an explosion with the Gilded Iron Shield, which is pretty cool. So you're actually going to want, all these shields on you if you want to like be able to protect from everything, because they all have their own unique abilities that are really effective from all the way from wooden to diamond, which is pretty interesting. So the good thing about this compared to regular Minecraft is as you get further, there is no use to your old stuff. Like there's no use to your old wooden stuff, but now there actually is a use to your old stuff. You could even bring your wooden shield with you just because you want to catch arrows or something like that, so you can get more arrows quicker. It's kind of cool. Really like it. All right, the last one is the diamond shield and the diamond gilded shield. So you're thinking, there can't be any weakness to a diamond shield. There really isn't, to be honest. What this diamond shield actually does is it reflects damage. So the regular diamond one will reflect 30% of the time. It'll reflect 33% of damage back onto the opponent. So if you get hit by a big blast, it'll do 33% of that damage back at your opponent. But this is what's bad about it. It'll actually hurt your durability whenever you do that. So you'll lose some durability. But who cares? It's pretty awesome anyway. With the Gilded one, 60% of the time you'll reflect 33% damage back. And you're probably wondering what their defensive abilities are. And the Diamond will give you passively 25% decrease in damage, and the Gilded one 30% decrease in damage. And when you block, the Diamond one will 90% of the time you won't take any damage at all, and with the other one 100%. This is the ultimate. You can fully block anything. So we're going to set it back to survival again. There's a couple more interesting things to show you. So we'll set this to survival. And you'll notice there's like a shield bar. So let's go fight something. All right, so this is coming at me. And when I'm guarding like this, you can actually see that it's going down. And if you actually block a lot of the time... I don't know why it's not fighting. Fight me, wuss. All right. So if it goes all the way down to the end, you cannot block. So you have to wait for it to regenerate back up. And the regeneration of the Gilded is slower than the regular, which is kind of interesting. So yeah, I can block all this stuff right now, but now it got way down and I can't block anymore. So we'll just let it drain all the way down, and then I'll show you that it won't let me block. I'm probably gonna die, but I'm being able to block most of the damage here. All right, now we are out of it. See, it switched back to my regular sword because I could not block anymore until I repaired it. And it goes back up pretty quickly, so it's not like a big deal. I'm trying to get the hell away from here. I better set this back to creative. There are swords to show you guys next. Game mode creative, quickly. All right, there we go. Before the creeper explosions. All right, let me get this guy. Let me just do it. Get out of my way. All right, so there's a bunch of swords too, and the swords actually have defensive abilities, probably because they are so huge. These are some huge swords. There is the wooden, the stone, the iron, the gold, and there's also diamond right here. And the recipes are all the same, basically. A stick in the corner and them positioned, you know, the same materials you would normally use in Minecraft in this position. So yeah, why not grab the diamond one? It's just awesome. And the thing is, you do not switch to your shield when you have this one. So I'll just show you. So if I right click with this, it doesn't switch you to shield because it's already a great defensive weapon. And the thing about the wooden one, we'll go over them all. The wooden one has a 10% passive, and 75% of the time it'll be able to block all the damage. So it's not quite, they're all slightly worse than the shields, so they're not as good. But if you have this, it's a great, like, you know, thing to fight with and to defend with at the same time. So it's like a mix of both. The stone one has 15% passive. With 75% of the time it can fully block a hit. The iron has 20% passive, and 75% it can block it all. Gold sucks, but you know in Minecraft gold is always awful. So, I mean, gold is 15% passive decrease in damage you'll take, and 75% of the time when you block, you'll be able to block it all. And last but not least, diamond, 25% passively decreased, and 75% is when you fully block it. It'll work 75% of the time. So that's basically it, really, though, guys. A couple things to mention is this mod is actually compatible with a couple other mods. I'm not going to go over that because it'd be really complicated to do. But they actually made this compatible with some other mods that actually add in more swords, but you have to have both mods at the same time. Like, there's more swords and more shields. If you mix it with another mod, there's like a nether mod. I can't remember what it was called exactly, but if you mixed it with that one, then you'd actually have a few more shields to work with. So that's pretty cool that it's mixed with some other mods, too. And I believe it also is compatible with a bunch of different texture packs. Just cool to mention that stuff. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe because there'll be some more good videos. Anyways, guys, I will see you next time.